Hey guys and gals, Homestead Prepper, and today I want to show you how to get started MIG welding with Flux-cored wire. And you're looking at my 21-year-old Lincoln MIG welder, and I'm working on a project right now, and that's a 10-pound spool and it's out of wire. The two-pound spools just don't last me very long, and I'm going to show you how you get started and how you change this thing out right here. That's the old reel, it's empty, and the wire is fed through this little roller right here, and it comes out right here. And what we need to do is I don't have the machine plugged in, but this just pulls out, okay, because this is the end of the roll, and we'll discard that, and this tip comes off. You just screw that off, and this comes off too. And I'm going to show you how you put the new thing in. And I picked this up at Crumpton's Welding Supply. I think I bought this last year because the reel was getting low. I don't remember what I paid for it, $58, I don't recall. But I'm going to show you how to put that in. Okay, 10 pounds. Loosen this up. Protective wrapping. And there's the end right there. Just take a knife and just pull that out. And it wants to unravel, and you want it to come off the bottom. So I'll put this on here. And it's pretty simple so far. And then this comes around like this, and you just loosen this up a little bit. Of course, it doesn't want to cooperate right now. Okay, cut it off. You need to hang on to this, because what it'll want to do is unroll on you, and it just slides over that thing just like that. You just push it on, and it's locked on there. And this has got a bend in it, and it's got a little thing right there. What we want to do is just cut that off. See how easy it unrolls. And if you look, this right here loosens up. You loosen this up, and you pull that down like that, and there's a hole right there. And what you want to do is put this right in that little hole, and you can see this thing feed through. It wants to be very uncooperative. And you tighten that down. Okay, and I'm going to plug it in. Just right there. I'm going to do is just squeeze this trigger, and this should pull that thing through there. See how it's working? You hit the trigger, and that's going to run that through. And what you don't want to have this up around that because it'll arc. And let me show you what you're going to do over here. This is the wire speed. I've got it on the lowest setting right here, but the wire speed, I want to turn that up because I want it to go fast. So, and hold this away from the thing. And you can see how fast the reel is moving. And this will just come out here. It'll take a little while. Should pop out any second. There it is. Okay. Well, you've just successfully loaded the thing. And another thing we want to check is when we're Flux-cored wiring is this right here is the positive. You can see the positive in there, and that one down there is the negative. The positive goes to the ground. So that's our ground. The positive is going to that. The negative is actually going to this for Flux-cored. And if you look at the chart, it'll show you how it's hooked up right here. If you're doing gasless, which that's what this is, if you're doing MIG, then you need to change the polarity. Okay, I've got the welder off, and I'm going to put this on. And if you have a new welding tip, you can put that on too. I'm just going to reuse the old one for right now. And see how it didn't extend out long enough, so turn this back on, give me a little more. Alright, turn that back off, and then put this on like this, and see, and then you can guide it through there, and it just screws on. Okay, well, we're actually ready to weld. Okay, if you're going to do some heavy duty welding, you need to clean the rust, paint, debris off of that, and just have bare metal, and that makes a really good weld, and you really want to clean it well. I did a video a while back where I just did a little tack weld on my mower, and I got a lot of bad feedback on how I didn't grind it out and everything, but just for a little repair, I usually won't grind it out, but something like this for our dump trailer project. For that's what we're working on, and I need it heavy duty, and we're going to clean this, and I'll show you how to weld it, and make sure you have the proper personal protective equipment and some earplugs and a mask. And this is a grinder my dad gave me, and he's helping me with the project. Okay, I want to show you how I want to set this up. I'm welding 3/16 steel, and I think my welder will go right up to just about 1/4 of an inch, so I should be okay. But what I want is maximum heat. I I'm going to put that on D. I know the newer ones have 1 through 10. The wire speed is on 10. Of course, we were trying to run it through the gun. I'm going to put it right about 3, and we'll engage. And you're not going to have a good weld unless you have a good ground. And like I said, this is the ground cable here. They make magnet grounds, they make all kinds of stuff. And you want to make sure you have the proper personal protective equipment. I always put earplugs in when I weld because I don't want a piece of that hot molten metal going down my ear canal and burning a hole in my eardrum. So I'm going to do a pass right here, and what I'm going to be doing, pick this up. That's a little long. You want to maintain about 3/8 of an inch or half an inch of a gap. That needs to actually be broke off. There we go. Let me put my personal protective equipment on. But what I was going to tell you is what I'm going to be doing is when I weld, I'm going to be making little circles like that. And the beauty of a MIG welder is if you don't get it all in one pass, you can do another pass on top of it, as many as you take. But I'm going to be doing little circles. Some people do zigzag and some people do figure eights, okay? But for me, the little circles are going to work, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Let me put my earplugs in. And I have just a standard mask here. It has a number 11 shield in it, and I know some people, they can't weld with these. They've got to have the automatic darkening. So if that's what you need, then that's what you need to get. So okay, well, here it goes. Anyway, something like that. Too bad for first pass. Got a little splatter. We're going to clean that up. Okay, let's clean this up a little bit. Okay, well, as you can see, looks to me like a pretty good weld. So that's how easy it can be. Okay guys, right here there's a gap in the metal because it wasn't cut off square. I think it was an end piece. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a couple passes down in there and I'm actually going to fill that in, and that's what you can do with this this MIG welder. So I'm going to fill that in, and I'll weld this right here, and see there's a little bit of a gap on this other piece that's welded here, just like this over here was. We filled that in. So okay. Okay, I filled that in, and I'm going to go back to doing my circles, and I'll make a pass. When you weld in there, it's best to clean that flux off of there. So okay, it's worth mentioning, this is galvanized, this is just regular steel. You never ever want to breathe any welding fumes from galvanized metal. I know a lot of y'all already know that, but in case you don't, it's very bad for you. Make sure you have a fan and adequate ventilation. Okay, one thing I failed to mention was that if you're going to re-weld over another weld, you need to clean it off. And you also need to knock the slag off. There doesn't seem to be any slag there, but I just thought it was worth mentioning. Okay, my welder has stopped feeding wire. I'm going to turn it off. And let's look in here and see what's going on. And I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but see how the wire is tangled up right there? When it unspooled on me and I wound it up, it got crossed. So I need to take that off and undo it, and then it'll start working. I just thought I'd show that to you. Okay, I was able to undo it. I didn't have to cut it. I just brought the reel through. I'm just going to set this back up on here like that, and I think we're good to go. Let's turn it back on. Oh yeah. Okay, we're in business.